Alright, what's up everybody? It's your Nameless King, and today I wanted to go ahead and talk about the new units that came out. I'm a little late, but I wanted to wait for them to come to the actual Dokkan Wiki, so I just decided to sleep on it for the night, wake up in the morning, and then I'll start talking about these new units, which are, by the way, my new favorite units in the game. I've seen a lot of people that aren't too hyped about them. I guess because it's Gotenks and not some crazy unit like Vegito, and it's Majin Buu, I guess. But you know, all in all, they're my two new favorite units. I've always liked Gotenks when it comes to Dokkan, and I feel like he's been heavily misrepresented. And same with Buu. We were in dire need of a new Buu, and we finally got one. Not only did we get a Buu though, we got a fat Buu and the exchange with the skinny evil Buu. So let's go ahead and get into them. Gotenks leader skill is special pose category, which I'll talk about that later. But it, I don't know what it is with Dokkan in these categories these days. But we got special pose category, key +4 in HP attack and defense plus 170 all across the board, which obviously tells you that it's probably going to be a very limited category, which I'm sure you guys already know. And then we got youth category, finally another youth leader. Key +3 attack, HP, and no attack and HP 170, and then defense 130. The super attack greatly raises defense for one turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. Typical. And then his passive is key +1 and attack and defense plus 100%, and then transforms when the conditions are met. And the transformation condition is starting from the third turn of the start of the battle, which is very easy for that first transformation, which is clearly that's the form they want you to be using most of the time. His links is signature pose, Sand Warrior race, the Sand lineage, the Innocence, Fuse Fighter, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle categories. I'm not gonna go through all these categories. He has a lot. Y'all know typical Gotenks units. He's gonna be on all those. I am glad that we are getting another buff for fusion though, as well as hybrid sands, because I do love running hybrid sands. And then of course these are his stats. He has very high attack, and yeah, he's gonna be lit. Now let's go ahead and go to his transformed state. Transformed state. His super attack now greatly raises defense for one turn, and then causes immense damage to enemy, of course. And then he has a great chance of stunning the enemy. That is amazing. His passive skill is called Secret Finisher. Key +2, attack and defense plus 100%, and a high chance of attack plus 50%, with another high chance of an additional attack plus 50%, and then a high chance of defense plus 50%, with another high chance of an additional 50% on defense, and a medium chance of launching an additional super attack. Now, with this, I've seen a lot of people having problems with it because it's heavily reliant on RNG, but I mean, even without it, like you're gonna get, like most of the time, you're gonna at least get one of those 50% attack buffs, which I think multiply into each other differently than just adding an extra 50% because of the comma and the way it's written. I don't know. I'll have to confirm that myself. And I mean, you're gonna be really unlucky if you don't get a single one of these 50% here. And most times when I've used it myself, I also saw that I was actually getting the dual 50% quite a bit. So I mean, it's heavily RNG reliant, but it's a high chance 50% to get 50% and to get more 50%. But I mean, overall, I think he's really good. He's raising defense for one turn. The high chance of two additional 50% on defense. He's going to be tanking pretty well if you ask me, and he hits pretty hard. So I mean, that's all you need basically for these units these days. And then he has a medium chance of launching an additional super attack. Now, I think that medium chance is more like, yes, 25%. So you're not going to see it too much. It's just a cool little additive, and when it does happen, it's going to be pretty great. Now, transformation. He transforms when HP is 70% or more, and starting from the fourth turn after the transformation. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, I kind of do, because the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is he's pretty crazy, but I mean, it still doesn't make sense, because there's so many units out there that also are very crazy when they transform, and even they aren't like you have to fight for 7 turns. Now, I mean, this is basically something that you're pretty much only going to see in long events like Legendary Goku event and Infinite Dragon Ball History, which I mean is fine for me because that's pretty much those are the only 2 modes I use when I play this game. I don't do Dokkan events unless like it's something I have to do. I have to awaken a unit, and I typically don't do Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road because I've done them all. Those are not modes that I do for fun, right? Or when I'm trying to show off a unit, anyways, unless they are specifically tailored for that type of event. But for something like this, I mean, I wasn't planning on using him on anything other than the Legendary Goku event anyways. So I'm pretty much always going to see the Super Saiyan 3 transformations when I use him. But I mean, a lot of people, they want to be able to use these units at their strongest forms, very easy, straight out the gates. If you ask me, his transformation condition is a lot better than, you know, LR Cell and LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So I'm gonna take what I can get. He's still really good. He's actually like a top contender for one of the best units in the game. When you look at just his Super Saiyan 3 form, in my opinion, that form is like almost untouchable in terms of TURs. But his links, pretty much the same except for Super Saiyan and Golden Warrior. Of course, he's Super Saiyan now. That makes sense. And then categories the same. And of course, stats are the same because he's still the same unit. You already know. Super Saiyan 3, the Behemoth himself, the new God Tanks. If y'all remember back in the days when we had the God Leads, Gotenks was God Tanks, and this is the new God Tanks right here. I'm so excited, man. So now his super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, and causes immense damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy. So it went from great to high chance, so 50%. Alright, and then passive skill is attack and defense plus 100%, and then an additional attack plus 100 when performing a super attack straight out the gate, so you don't have to worry about RNG. He's just getting that extra 100% attack. Excuse me. And then key plus 3 and a great chance of launching an additional super attack for 4 turns from the start of the turn. Again, you're going to see this pretty often when he supers. It's a 70% chance. It's almost guaranteed, basically. He's going to be doing 2 super attacks, and then he greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. Like, I don't know what more you can ask from this unit other than like an easier transformation skill. But I mean, he greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. That's pretty crazy. This is greatly raises. It's not just raises. Greatly raises for 3 turns. So it stacks. You're going to see it a lot more often. You're going to see the difference visually. It's going to be really easy to see it. He's going to jump up from like 2.6 million to over 3 million easily off of 1 super attack, and then he has a great chance of launching multiple attacks. So, you know, that's why when you look at a lot of showcases, you see him hitting like 4 million, 5 million, 6 million easily, and he's not even an LR, which is why I think he's pretty amazing, if you ask me. And then of course, defense 100, and he also raises defense for 3 turns. New links. New links. I don't know what's going on with my voice. New links are now over in the Flash, Super Saiyan, and limit breaking form. Of course, all Super Saiyan 3 units get the over in the Flash, and they typically get the limit breaking form. Had to give it to him. That's why he has that. Yeah, that's the Gotenks unit, man. I'm very excited. If you ask me which one I like more between the Good Buu and the Gotenks, probably the Gotenks, because when it comes to Dokkan, I've always been a huge Gotenks fan, because they tend to make Gotenks a really hard-hitting unit. And in this day and age, I wanted to see what take they would make on the Gotenks, because now we live in a Dokkan era where they typically prioritize defense a lot more now. So now we get a Gotenks who is a behemoth when it comes to attack, and he can also defend really good. So this is all I could ask for when it comes to Gotenks. Now let's go ahead and move on to the Buu. Buu has a new category as well, with the same situation. This key plus 4 HP attack and defense 170, meaning it is extremely limited. Super attack is greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. And his passive skill is called Dangerous Existence. Key plus 1 attack, and attack 100%, and reduces damage received by 40%. So kind of like last year with Merge Zamasu, he also reduces damage by 40%. And he exchanged with Boo when conditions are met. And those conditions are the same as Gotenks third turn when start battle. Very easy because that's what they typically want you to be using more often than not. You're going to be using that form. Links, Majin, of course, Innocence, of course, Kamehameha, of course, Infinite Regeneration, Revival, the Wall Standing Tall, and Fierce Battle. I mean, Boo's links are typically like not very key oriented. He's typically very like attack link oriented. Of course, he has Revival, but like, I don't know. I guess when you're using Majin Power, you're going to get all of these links pretty easily. But most people are not going to be using this category because of how limited it is. I doubt most people have these things. And then Artificial Life Forms, we finally get a category, like a true category leader for this. So this is also pretty exciting. So, I mean, you can be mad about Majin Power, but they obviously only want you using this so that he can get that 170 across the board. So he benefits from that more than all the other units, because he is the leader. Let's go to the transformed state. First transformation is when he separates and becomes Evil Boo, pure Evil Boo. And his super attack is now greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy, and he seals. Haven't seen a sealing unit in a while, so that's going to be very interesting. I imagine when I'm playing with him, I'm probably going to forget that he seals a lot. And I'm going to be like, man, they haven't supered in a minute, and then realize, oh, it's because he seals. Key +2, attack +1, 50%, reduces damage received by 40%. So he keeps the reducing damage, and it's 40%. And then high chance of stunning the attacked enemy. So he also stuns like Gotenks. Seems very, like he does a lot. He does more than just attack and defend. And then medium chance of evading enemies' attack, including supers. Okay. Medium chance, that's 25%. And then 40% to stun. I thought high chance was 50, but oh well. But yeah, so he stuns, he can evade, and he defends pretty good because at 40%. He does not raise defense yet with his attack. That's okay. I mean, I think when they transform, you're only going to be using him for about 2 more turns, and then you immediately transform to his crazy form. His links, he picks up Brutal Beatdown, Berserker, and Fear and Faith, which, thank God, Fear and Faith, something that is a little bit more common. Alright, I don't know if I talked about the stats yet, but here are his stats. I thought he had more attack than that. I could have sworn he had 17,000. Oh well. Let's go to the final transformation. Alright, super attack. He greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, just like Gotenks, causes immense damage to the enemy, and he still seals. Amazing. Key +3. Key +3. So they're clearly giving him this because, you know, all the link problems when it comes to Boos. So key +3, attack +220%. I'm not sure. No, that's not the highest attack stat we've seen. Because we got like Master Roshi getting like 300. You got the Trunks and Mai getting crazy damage and all that. So key +3, attack +220. That's still very, very high. He's going to be hitting crazy. Reduces damage received by 50. They up that. Thank you. And chance of performing a critical hit, 12% per Rainbow Key Sphere obtained. I love when they get critical hits in their passive. You know, either like a high chance of doing it or gaining chance through certain orbs. It's always helpful. Plus he's tech, so he's going to be more oriented towards crit anyway, so he's going to be critting often. So I guess, you know, if you want to prioritize additional with this unit, if you're getting dupes or whatnot, then that wouldn't be too much of a bad idea. Doesn't look like he picked up anything new. I think, yeah, these were already with him at first. And then his categories, he's also on a lot of categories. Of course, it's gonna be weird running Boo on Kamehameha, but you know, I'm not mad at it. Well, those are the 2 units. I don't know if you can tell. I just woke up, so maybe I don't sound as excited as I really am, but I'm very excited for both the Boo and the Gotenks. I plan on playing with both of them just as much. Yeah, that's pretty much all we got on the units. Let's go ahead and go to the categories, which is what which is what a lot of people are complaining about. So the thing is, Dokkan's been doing this thing lately where they have been bringing out new categories that just don't make sense. Like purposely making categories that when you hear them sound like they wouldn't have as many characters on them, and then like lo and behold when they drop there's barely any cards on them. You got Gotenks units, of course, and then Ginyu Force and Pride Troopers and Great Saiyaman units. And Ribrianne's in there as well. I don't know who the hell's going to be running Ribrianne, but she's there. I mean, I can't even defend this category. There's nothing I can say. Like, it sucks. You're most likely going to be using youth. I mean, if you want to run Great Saiyaman units, if you want to throw Toppo in there, I guess. If you want to, just meme around and throw Guldo in there, I guess. But I don't like this category. Seems more like a joke type of category. And this is Golden Week. This is something that you're supposed to bring out just like pure hype all around the board. And they brought the weakest categories they could have got us. I guess they did it. That's why the only thing in my head is that they did these categories specifically so that the leaders, the two new units, can be getting 170 and 4 key across the board. That's the only thing I can think about. They want the new units to be doing as good as they possibly can. So if you run them on their own team, even though the entire team is filled with youth category, these units specifically, the new units, will be benefiting more than the rest of the team. So I guess they're being optimized. They're looking towards optimizing the units. I don't know. But let's look at Boo's. It's just Boo. It's Boo. It's just Boo, 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 Boo. More Boo. And Oob. Boo and Janemba. That's a thing. Yeah. Skinny Boo. More Boo. It's just Boo. And 21. Boo, 21, and Oob. That's all it is. I have nothing to say about this category. I got nothing to say about this category. I can't defend it. No one's going to be using this. Everyone's going to be using artificial life forms. But back to the units, though. The units are really good. I love the units. Oh, man, that was such a mood killer. Anyways, that was the video. That's it for the video, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think about the new units. I plan on bringing out more videos showcasing the units themselves so you can get a better look at them. But other than that, let me know how you guys feel about these two units, and I'll see you on the next one.